Happening now, the Washington Commanders are holding a news conference after they fired head coach Ron Rivera today. Let's listen in.
And, even though this season was hard for me and hard for us, it's hard to win 4 games. From my point of view, we are coming out of this with poised for a great future. A lot of draft capital, a lot of cap space. And I'm lucky enough to be supported by an amazing ownership group, and obviously we think we're an attractive destination for the next generation of leadership. And so, this is probably amongst the most important jobs I have as a managing partner, and it's important that I do this personally and get this right, and that we bring in the right leadership. So, with that, I will open it up to whatever questions you might have. Thank you.
Josh, John Keim, ESPN. I'm curious with Bob and Rick, we know the resumes. What is it about them personally that made you want them to get involved, and what will their roles be beyond this search?
Yeah, so obviously I'll start with Bob. Bob Myers is a winner. Like, who wouldn't want him on your team trying to help your franchise? He knows how to identify talent. He knows how to build winning franchises, winning cultures. I mean, he's obviously not a football person. He's not been around football, but he's an amazing sports executive, and I'm, really happy to have him helping. He'll be around as an advisor to me. He's not going to be involved with X's and O's, but he'll be involved through the search process and beyond, as it relates to the Washington Commanders, helping us build an amazing franchise, an amazing culture, and a winning culture. Obviously, Rick Spielman brings a wealth of football knowledge, the ins and outs of football. He was executive of the year with the Vikings, with many other teams, and kind of brings that knowledge of football that you need, when you're interviewing candidates. And so he's going to be helping us through the search process, and we'll see after that. I'm not sure.
Hi, Josh. Nikki Jafala with Washington Post. How do you envision the general structure for the front office? You mentioned, obviously, the head of football operations, but what is your vision for the structure, and then what are you looking for in candidates to fill that role?
Yeah, so we're looking for the best people to build an elite franchise that's going to consistently compete and win championships. So that's kind of our goal. In terms of the structure, obviously, I start with talent. You want the best talent, and sometimes you let the talent just sort of influence the structure. But my orientation, obviously, is that being the head of football operations, being in essence in that lead role, that's an 80-hour-a-week job. Being a head coach, that's an 80-hour-a-week job. I think there are 2 roles there. And so I think it's harder. I mean, there are certainly individuals that control everything. I think it's increasingly hard. So my orientation is not to do that. But on the other hand, I'm going to really be somewhat flexible around talent. So that's kind of how I'm going to think about it. And I answer your question a bit.
Hey, Josh, David Aldridge with The Athletic. What about Bob's skill set made you think he could transition across sports to be helpful to you as you start this process?
Yeah, I think that he started off, with a he started off as a UCLA basketball player winning a national championship. So you start with that. He's been a winner everywhere where he's gone. But then he was a sports agent, so he knows everyone in sports. He knows a lot of agents. Many agents, as you know, cross sports, not all, but some. A lot of the agents, he's run, multiple processes to select talent. He knows how to engage with talent. And then obviously the Golden State Warriors' success speaks for itself. They started off as a franchise that was struggling a bit. And they've emerged as, 4-time NBA champions. And he's been able to keep a collection of stars there together for a long period of time. So, look, like I said at the beginning, I think he's going to be super helpful.
Hey, Josh, JP Finley with NBC4 and 106. and the Fan. A lot of reporting today about requests for interviews all over the league, coach and GM positions. Ideally, what's your timeline for all this, and what's the timeline for the folks that are still here when they kind of find out their future?
Yeah, so I'm going to run a thorough but rapid process. I mean, obviously, we need the next leadership here because we got a lot of work to do. You know, we have the draft, we have the off-season, we have a lot of draft capital that we need to get prepared for. Ultimately, free agency, combines. But on the other hand, this is a really important decision, and so it's going to be a rapid but thorough process. I mean, ideally, you would have the head of the front office in place before you ultimately select a coach, because obviously that's important. But look, again, like, we're not in full control of the time frame, because what we're ultimately trying to do is end up with the best people, and the best people generally have alternatives. So that's what I would say in terms of. I spoke with the front office leadership and the coaching staff, some of the coaches today, and I appreciate that from their point of view. There's uncertainty, but I've just asked them to be a part, to bear with us, and to just to do their jobs, right, to continue to run the football team. And everyone to a person has said that they care about the club, they care about the franchise, and that they want to be part of the solution. And so, obviously, without the head coach and without the head of the front office in place, there's some uncertainty for them, and I respect that and am sympathetic to it. But on the other hand, they're professionals, and so we're working through it.
Hey, Josh, Ben Standig with The Athletic. You famously with the Sixers were willing to take a slower rebuild to get things where you wanted them to be with coming off a 4-13 season. How open are you to being patient with a rebuild, or do you see this being more of a quicker turnaround?
Yeah, listen, this was not a fun season for the ownership group. I mean, we're regular fans in terms of sweating every loss. And so.
All right, we're having some technical difficulties, but there you really heard managing partner Josh Harris. He really covered a lot of ground, and he was talking about how the Washington Commanders will move forward after the firing of Ron Rivera after 4 seasons. Harris also talked about how he brought in former Golden State Warriors general manager Bob Myers and former Minnesota Vikings general manager Rick Spielman to help them during the transition period and also finding a new coach. We're going to have more team coverage coming up on this story on DC News Now at 4. Annalisa Gale, Damon Matson, and I hope to see you then. We're going to send you back to regularly scheduled programming.